Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marketing Monday on Thursday, November 17th. This is Wins and Fails, where we talk about all the wins and fails in the world of business and marketing. Been a pretty crazy night. I mean, with Twitter shutting down and everything. I think for the first fail of the day, it goes to the fans of Big A that went to the wrong place. You can see that Aiden and him went to WHALE-ington in New Zealand today. There's a bunch of virgins. It's really good. Never seen so many people that haven't had sex in one place. A bunch of people thought that they were going to WHALE-ington because Atrioc told them where to go, and so this was all the people that Aiden invited, because everybody else went to WHALE-ington, and that was a entirely different place. So fail to those people, in my opinion. Next, I'll get to it. We can talk about Mr. Musk. Elon Musk was in the news this week a bunch. I don't know if you guys know who Elon Musk is, or that he bought Twitter. This week he took to furthering complaining on Twitter, talking about how it was poorly performing on Android, and I'm gonna have to give a fail to Elon here, because his own website, or the readers, the users of his own website, majoritively cited his own tweet as completely incorrect. And I love that it's presented to us from Stephen Italian Elon Musk Monticelli. I'm making shit up. I get a fact checked by my own $44 billion website. I'm around me. A bunch of developers that actually work on the stuff he was talking about came out and said he's totally full of shit. I don't know if you guys know this, but Elon may not be the genius that he talked about. Could be crazy. He definitely maybe with rockets, right? But what did he do though? When these guys proved him wrong on the internet, he immediately fired him. Okay, well, it wants me to sign up for Bloomberg. We're gonna skip past that one. But they fired those engineers. He put out a thing on Slack to have all of the HR people go through everybody's individual conversations, and anybody who is shit talking him make like a list of all their things, so that he could go through and decide who needs to be fired. So last night, he sent out an email late into the evening, because Elon's been staying overnight. Who knows what he's working on, because every feature they've added so far is kind of sucked, with the verification. I know some of you in chat, if you're a Twitter Blue person, you got that verification tab. Last system, let's go, woo! He sent out an email telling people that from now on, it was gonna be Twitter 2.0. He was being honest, that from now on, it's gonna be way worse to work there, and that told people that if they're down for this adventure with him, to click a link. I mean, who wants to do more work at their job for less recognition, more controversy, can't talk shit about your boss or critique or correct him at all? Oh, and also you have to go back into the office, because he did that last week. We see some me's. I love work. Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. Me too. I'm in the office right now. You know what I mean? Atrioc told me I had to come into work. So that's why I'm here. But believe it or not, that email wasn't positively received. Apparently, there were far fewer than expected developers that actually said yes. Like 85% of people just didn't reply. And he gave them a 6 p.m. deadline, which I don't know if you guys know this, but we're over an hour past this. And apparently Elon spent the day begging developers to please stay for Twitter 2.0, that he's got such a good vision. He's such a good boss. Roughly 75% of the remaining 3,700 Twitter employees have not opted to stay. So they will be, I guess, getting, I think it's like 3 months severance. Deadline passed, and apparently Elon told them to lock down the building. No one in or out. Well, I guess he kicked everyone out, and then he said no one in. And disabled all key cards, and said we'll pick this back up on Monday. That could mean that before Elon started working there to now, the company will have reduced somewhere near like 90% of its workforce in less than a month. That's crazy. Still not hiring over at Off-Brand, but good luck to all the people that lost their job or got kicked out of their job or whatever. But still not hiring, so that's funny. Yeah, that is pretty funny. When he shut down all the key cards, apparently he had to call the person whose job it was to take care of key cards, who he had fired earlier today, to let him into the building when he disabled all key cards, all meant every single one, including himself. So he went out to get dinner, came back to the office, and then had to contact the employee that took care of it. Yeah, genius level intellect from Elon there. Definitely the guy you want steering your ship. This after it was reported already that he was looking for somebody to take over as CEO because he just couldn't take it anymore. And I mean, he's not going to need a CEO with 90% of the workforce gone. There's a pretty big chance that Twitter probably crashes over the weekend, and who knows if it'll be, brought back. Maybe you'll have to pay dollars to get it to come back. That's the point. What do I think will replace it? I don't know. Like, we're not going back to Facebook. Mom's on Facebook a little too much, so I'm not trying that. Truth Social, yeah. Let's go, Brandon, right? He would want us to go to Truth Social. You know who else we're gonna give a big old fail to, though? Our boy Sam Bankman. Apparently, not only is he a genius when it comes to finances and running a nice old Ponzi crypto company, but he also apparently was just as good at League of Legends, playing over 1,000 matches without leaving Bronze 2. I'm hoping that it includes ARAMs and things, because this is, anybody taught him needs to teach him how to play Fizz. I think Big A could give him some lessons. But in all seriousness, with FTX, it was reported their holdings apparently were less than $1 billion when he had valued it at like $6 billion. Who's the new CEO of FTX is what's his name? He did the Enron thing. John Ray III. Yeah. Apparently he said it's like the worst business situation he's ever found himself in. And that this is probably a bigger fuck up than the liquidation he had to handle over at Enron. So that's a bronze level CEO. I want to give him a fail, but I'm afraid he'll lose Elo and drop down to bronze 3. So should we spare him? Give him a W on this one? Just to help his rank a little bit. Another fail coming in for all of us, actually, as inflation, keeps ramping up. Your Thanksgiving dinner next week could cost you like 20% more with things like turkey going up like $5, pumpkin pie, American favorite, going up $1. Let's go, Brandon. Right? Old Sleepy Joe at the wheel isn't feeling very festive as the rising inflation looks to be costing the average consumer more at checkout, not really getting us into the holiday spirit. Ooh, I'm not really feeling very festive. I'm not really giving thanks right now for my Thanksgiving meal if it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. But you know who is winning this holiday season? The storefronts, the corporations are giving thanks. Walmart and Target are at a little bit of a battle, although Target seems to be reporting a little bit of a loss. Walmart, their third quarter sales rose almost 10%. Target's dropping like 2.7%, with different things like Walmart, handles more of the average consumer's grocery shopping because it's cheaper. Target markets more towards fun finds. Target, it seems, reporting a loss makes a little bit more sense just because things like grocery, the essentials, cost a little bit more there. Their average customer base seems to be people that are more rich, so as people hold more money there or look for sales, one of the key things that they can do to kind of save a little bit more, pinch their pennies a little bit more, is just a switch from maybe buying groceries at Target to shopping at Walmart. So that explains the uptick a little bit for Walmart and a little bit of the downtick for Target. Still both winning this holiday season as those markups go right back down to their pockets. Target is reporting, though, another $600 million in lost profit. From what they're saying is an organized crime ring, with the company gross margin rate dropping 28% to 25% this year. Not looking good, but apparently they are blaming this on shoplifters. Believe it or not, when people can't afford things, they just steal them. Who would have thought? Gonna give that one a big ol' fail to Target. Big ol' fail coming in for nerds, though, for people with nerd jobs. A bunch of big tech companies proceed to do mass layoffs. You're all familiar with Twitter this past Friday, where they fired something like between 50 and 75% of their current working staff. Crazy. And then we know as of today, as of a couple hours ago, the rest of the workforce waiting to see if they have a job come Monday. Meta cut off 11,000 employees. Snap laid laid off 20% of its staff. Obviously, if a bunch of people are getting laid off, if your desk mate suddenly it doesn't work there anymore, you're not as likely to recommend working at those companies anymore, with employee satisfaction and recommendation dropping between like 30 and 50% for those respective companies. Big ol' F coming through for nerds, but not us glarketers, am I right? Marketing jobs. What's up? Going up. So people like Vale with tech jobs, boop, he's gone. Gonna have to do full-time streaming soon. Hey, you know what I'm saying? If you have a marketing job right now, I wouldn't quit that. Now is not the time to quit a cush marketing gig, am I right? That would be stupid. Let's see what chat thinks. We're gonna give a win or a fail here to Mr. Bezos, who after swearing this week that he would be dedicating most of his wealth to things like fighting climate change and other charitable endeavors, saving the world. He was quoted as saying, "It's really hard to give away money." It's pretty, giving away money's pretty hard. It's pretty, I feel that, especially for people like Jeff Bezos. He's just like me and you. He's just like us, guys. His ex-wife doesn't think so, donating more than $2 billion. He cited that when he said it's really hard to give away money, he's talking more about like where the money is gonna go. You know, where do I put it that I know it's going to a good place? And then he goes, oh, I know. I'm gonna pay my employees to take a severance rather than having to fire them and do mass layoffs so that we can look a little bit better. He introduced a buyout program for Amazon so that rather than being one of these tech companies to do the big layoffs, now he's saying it's pretty easy to give that money away to employees to just not work for you anymore, which, hey, you know, getting paid to not work for Jeff Bezos does sound kind of nice. It's hard to give away money, but he loves giving it away to people who don't want to work for him anymore. So we'll give a W to those people. Another story kind of related into it, I found it hard to kind of weave in. Mortgage rates, thankfully, the biggest drop this week since 1981. That's huge. So if you're somehow during this recession looking to buy a house, now is the time. At which point, I'm gonna remind you, make sure you buy tickets to the Mogul chess boxing event in California. That's always, you know, travel's a good investment. So make sure that you spend money to watch Nathan Stans either lose in chess or beat the shit out of a GM. I think is probably a good idea. The other way that you can save money, I'm not getting paid for this, but Big A probably is for signing up for Rocket Money. Download the Rocket Money app and cancel subscriptions that you don't need anymore. Trim the fat of all your subscription services. See what I did there? Finally, for everybody's favorite portion of Marketing Monday, it's the one, the only.
What's up, Bejing?
What's up, Bejing? Couple of updates here from China. In good news, in a W for the United States, W for what's up, Bejing. It seems that United States and China peace talks are going pretty good. We've been kind of at each other's throats for a little bit. Talks and tensions as situation in Ukraine with Russia is getting pretty tense. There's the threat of nuclear war, and with that kind of being something that people liken to the situation in Taiwan. Z expressed this week a condemnation on the use of nuclear powers anywhere, reassuring that we'll survive another day, that the only thing that's gonna explode is gonna be our economy, right? The only thing that's set to really blow up is gonna be the value of the US dollar. Hello. I have to give an L. I have to give a big ol' F to the most oppressed group in the world. Gamers, the gamers of China. Blizzard is going to be pulling all their games from China, I believe, this upcoming year, as the company with their licensing deal with NetEase is going to finally be severed. They've, as a company, kind of given up a lot of the moral high ground on things, kind of succumbing to whatever China demands, whether that's taking of data, whether that's, you know, taking hits themselves on gambling and loot boxes. 14-year partnership is coming to an end, citing just kind of a differences. Blizzard, on the one hand, wants people to play, you know, the new Overwatch 2, you know, woo! Reskinned Overwatch. China's putting restrictions for gamers that allow students to only play up to an hour on the weekends, cutting that entirely on school days. So the most oppressed group in the world, it continues to be oppressed, but that's it for the wins and fails of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed it.